Sometimes the most powerful moments in life happen in silence. Not when we announce, not when we explain, but when we quietly build. And yet, so many of us fall into the same trap, talking about our plans more than we actually work on them. Think about it. How many dreams died on the tongue? How many goals were shared too early, only to lose their energy because they were spoken, not executed? Maybe you've experienced this. You told someone your next big move, and suddenly the motivation vanished, or worse, someone's doubt, judgment, or jealousy slipped into your mind and slowed your progress. And one more year passed, one more opportunity slipped away, one more version of you remained unfinished. The truth is uncomfortable. Not everyone needs to know what you're building. Some people cannot handle your vision, some will question it, some will secretly hope you fail, and some, you won't even realize, are draining your momentum just by listening. So let me ask you, how many times have you talked yourself out of greatness? How many times did you broadcast your intentions and then wonder why nothing changed? How many silent battles could have been won if you simply protected your plans instead of exposing them? Life rewards action, not announcements. Growth requires discipline, not public approval. Your future demands execution, not explanations. And today, we are going to break the cycle. Because in this video, you and I will dive into why silence is your strongest strategy, how to protect your energy, and how to build a life where your results speak louder than your words. Let's begin. Sometimes the reason your goals never take off is not because you're not capable, not because you're not talented, not because you're not ready, but because you talk too much. You speak your dreams into the air before you've given them a chance to grow roots. And every time you announce what you're planning to do, you release a little of the energy that was meant to fuel your discipline. It's like opening the oven door too early. The heat escapes and the cake never rises. Your goals work the same way. They need focus, pressure, and protection. But talking releases all three. Think back to a time when you shared a big goal with someone. Maybe you wanted to start a business. Maybe you decided you were finally going to lose weight. Maybe you promised yourself you'd wake up at 5 a.m., change your habits, study harder, or stop scrolling mindlessly every night. The moment you shared it with someone, didn't you feel a small rush of satisfaction? That little hit of pride? That brief feeling that you'd already accomplished something, when in reality you hadn't even started? That dopamine trick is dangerous. Your mind rewards you for the announcement, not the action. And that creates an illusion of progress. You feel like you've done something meaningful, even though nothing has changed. Days pass, weeks pass, and the plan you confidently told everyone about slowly slips into the background because the emotional reward of telling was stronger than the discipline of doing. You might not realize this, but sharing your plans too early creates pressure. Not the kind that pushes you to grow, but the kind that makes you overthink every step. Someone asks, "How's your project going?" And suddenly you feel judged. Someone raises an eyebrow at your idea, and suddenly you doubt yourself. Someone gives you advice you didn't ask for, and suddenly you're overwhelmed. What was supposed to be your personal journey becomes a public performance, and you start living for their expectations instead of your own growth. And then there's the problem most people don't like to admit. Not everyone you tell is cheering for you. Some people don't want you to change because they're afraid of what that means for them. Some feel threatened when you dream bigger. Some people pretend to support you but quietly hope you fail because your success would expose their lack of effort. Even the people who love you can discourage you out of fear, insecurity, or misunderstanding. Not out of malice, just out of their own limitations. But whether intentional or not, their words plant doubts you never asked for. Have you ever told someone your plan and immediately felt smaller afterward? Have you ever watched your excitement fade because someone questioned your timing, your ability, or your worthiness? Have you ever noticed how a dream that felt so alive in your mind suddenly becomes fragile once exposed to other people's opinions? Your plans lose power when they leave your mouth too early. They become vulnerable to criticism, comparison, and negative energy. Even simple questions like, "Are you sure?" or "Why bother?" can weaken your momentum. Because now you're defending your dream instead of building it. Imagine a seed If you plant it and dig it up every day to show people how it's doing, it'll never grow. Dreams are the same. They need darkness to develop, quiet to strengthen, time to mature. When you expose them too early, they dry out before they ever sprout. Now ask yourself, how many ideas have you killed by talking? How many goals have you suffocated with explanation? How many times have you told the world what you were going to do, only to watch yourself do nothing afterward? How many opportunities slipped away because you used your energy to announce instead of execute? The scary part is that most people don't realize the damage until it's too late. You wake up one day and see a pattern, big words, big promises, big plans, followed by small actions, slow progress, and silent disappointment. And the people around you stop taking your words seriously. They stop believing your announcements because they've seen this cycle before. And somewhere deep inside, you stop believing yourself too. But here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of talking about your plans, talk about your discipline. Instead of announcing your next move, master it silently. Instead of seeking validation for the destination, fall in love with the work that gets you there. Your power grows when you stop broadcasting your intentions and start investing in your execution. This doesn't mean you should isolate yourself or never seek help. It simply means you must become selective. Your dreams are precious. They are not meant to be displayed casually like a new outfit. They are meant to be nurtured like a newborn child. Close to your heart, protected from the world, given time to grow. Start asking yourself, who really needs to know this? Will sharing this help me or slow me down? Am I talking because I need support or because I want attention? Am I announcing this to feel good now? Or am I willing to feel uncomfortable and committed long enough to actually accomplish it? When you begin holding your plans in silence, something powerful happens. Your energy stays inside you. Your discipline becomes sharper. Your focus becomes stronger. Your motivation becomes real, not dependent on applause or approval. You start promising less and producing more. You become someone who surprises people with results instead of intentions. You begin to earn a quiet confidence that doesn't need to be explained. And the best part? When the results finally arrive, nobody can deny them. Nobody can question them. Nobody can diminish them. Because they were built in silence, protected from doubt, strengthened by discipline, and revealed only when they were ready. This silence, this discipline, this inner shift, it becomes your superpower. It transforms you from someone who talks about change into someone who lives it. And once you experience that power, you will never again waste your energy on premature announcements. The moment you learn to hold your plans close, you reclaim the energy, clarity, and focus you've been losing for years. You begin creating instead of explaining, building instead of broadcasting, growing instead of seeking permission. And that transformation sets the stage for the next step. Your vision is fragile in its early stages. It's like a small flame you're trying to protect with your hands. One strong gust of wind, one careless comment, one doubtful voice, and it flickers, weakens, or disappears entirely. This is why protecting your vision from noise, doubt, and jealousy isn't optional. It's necessary. If you don't guard your dreams, the world will shape them for you. And the world often shapes from its own fears, not your potential. Every time you share your vision with the wrong person, you expose it to energy it might not be strong enough to handle yet. Think about how many times you were excited about something, a project, a habit, a small change, and you told someone who either didn't get it, didn't care, or didn't believe in you. And suddenly your excitement shrank. Suddenly you began questioning yourself. Suddenly something that felt possible started feeling unrealistic. It wasn't your dream that changed, it was the environment around it. Noise is the first enemy. Noise looks like unnecessary opinions, careless suggestions, unsolicited advice, and the endless voices telling you what you should be doing. Noise comes from people who don't understand your journey, your background, your intention, or your calling. They speak without knowing your heart, and yet their words can echo in your mind. Noise distracts you. It pulls your focus away from what matters. It fills your mental space with thoughts that don't belong to you. And when your mind is crowded, your clarity fades. Without clarity, your vision becomes blurry. But noise isn't just external. There's internal noise too. Self-doubt, overthinking, fear of judgment, fear of failure. When you expose your vision too early, these inner voices get louder. It's like leaving a door open during a storm. Everything rushes in. Ask yourself, how often has your own mind talked you out of something before the world even had a chance to see it? How many times did you let the noise inside you silence your own potential? Then there's doubt. Doubt is subtle, and it usually comes disguised as concern. Are you sure this will work? Isn't it risky? What if you fail? What will people say? Sometimes the voices asking these questions truly care about you, but their fear-based thinking can still weaken your resolve. Not everyone operates from courage. Many people live from fear. And when they advise you, they speak from their limitations, not your possibilities. When you share your dreams with people who doubt everything, you end up doubting yourself. Even if you are confident before, doubt spreads quickly. It only takes one person's hesitation to change your whole mindset. You could be moving forward with full determination, and then one comment plants a tiny seed of uncertainty. If you water that seed with fear, if you keep replaying those words in your mind, your vision begins to shrink. You start thinking small, acting slow, second-guessing your every step, and goals that were once exciting begin to feel impossible. And then is jealousy, the most dangerous of all. Jealousy doesn't always show itself openly. It hides behind fake encouragement, shallow compliments, and quiet negativity. Some people don't want you to grow because your growth reminds them that they stopped growing. Your progress exposes their stagnation. Your courage highlights their fear. And instead of celebrating you, they subtly sabotage your confidence. Through comments, through sarcasm, through silence, through energy. You can feel it when someone is jealous of your vision. They downplay your ideas. They change the topic. They make you feel unrealistic. They become uncomfortable when you speak about the future. Their presence drains your excitement. And the sad thing is, sometimes these people are close to you. Sometimes you expect support from them. But what you receive is envy hidden behind politeness. If you're not careful, jealousy can poison your motivation. It makes you shrink your dreams to make others comfortable. It makes you hide your talents because you don't want to be judged. It makes you avoid success because you fear losing people. But shrinking yourself for the sake of others is the fastest way to lose yourself completely. So now you must ask yourself, why am I giving people access to a vision they didn't create? Why am I letting people who haven't built anything tell me how to build? Why am I allowing noise, doubt, and jealousy to influence what I know I'm capable of? Your vision deserves protection. It deserves boundaries. It deserves silence around it until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Think of a construction site. You don't invite random people to walk through half-built structures. You don't let them decide where the foundation should go. You don't let them criticize the work halfway through. You keep the area closed, restricted, protected until the building is complete. Only then you reveal it. Your dreams need that same protection. Start by creating distance from people who drain your energy. Pay attention to how you feel after you share something with them. Do you feel inspired or deflated, motivated or judged, secure or insecure? Your emotions will tell you who can handle your vision and who cannot. Then build a circle of silent supporters. People who don't need every detail but believe in your growth. These are the people who encourage your mindset, not just your plans. They don't need updates. They don't need explanations. Their presence doesn't create pressure. Their energy strengthens you. And most importantly, learn to trust your own voice more than the noise around you. Trust your intuition. Trust the spark inside you. Trust the dream that refuses to leave your heart. Not everyone will understand your path because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. Every time you protect your vision, you are choosing strength. You are choosing clarity. You are choosing self-respect. And slowly, your dream becomes unshakable. It becomes stronger than doubt, louder than noise, and bigger than jealousy. You begin to see progress others cannot see. You begin to feel a sense of alignment deep within you. you begin to realize that the most powerful visions are built away from the spotlight. And this protection is what prepares you for the next important shift. Discipline isn't flashy. It doesn't come with applause, likes, or validation. Discipline doesn't need a crowd. Discipline is quiet. It's the kind of power that doesn't announce itself, but delivers results so undeniable that eventually the world has no choice but to notice. And here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Without discipline, your dreams remain ideas. Without consistent action, your plans remain sketches on paper. Without quiet, persistent effort, your visio N will never become reality. Think about someone you admire, someone who seems to have achieved more than anyone around them. Maybe it's an entrepreneur, an athlete, or even a friend who always seems to be ahead. The secret isn't luck. The secret isn't talking about what they're going to do. The secret is invisible to most people. They show up. They do the work day after day, even when no one is watching, even when they don't feel motivated, even when it seems pointless. They've mastered the discipline of quiet, consistent action. Ask yourself, how often do you start strong and then fade? How often do you get excited about a new goal, post about it,